Hey, it's Chris and Brian here from Resolve Technology, and today we're going to talk about Copilot from Microsoft 365. In a previous video, we talked about how it was rolled out to 300 or more users, basically to the enterprise type clients, which is not most of our clients are, small and medium-sized businesses. So they would be more interested in this Copilot Pro that just rolled out. And Chris has a little bit more information on this monthly subscription.
Yeah, so I think we mentioned it before, but it's $20 per individual per month, so it'll be like an add-on license to Microsoft 365. It's going to be able to, it's going to be hooked into PowerPoint, Outlook, OneNote on PC, Word, Excel, and it'll soon be on Mac and iPad. It'll have some kind of enhanced AI image creation with Designer, which is formerly called Bing Image Creator. I haven't used too much of that, but I heard good things. And then you'll also be able to build your own Copilot, which is a feature you kind of already have in OpenAI's ChatGPT, where you have like a menu of Copilot, or not Copilot, they call them GPTs. And, they might be customized for a certain task. Like one might be scripting and programming. One might be related to, I don't know, cybersecurity. One might be for, reviewing images, some kind of design thing that you might see in like web design.
Yeah, so
And
that's a great overview. I just want to jump in and say that this is powerful. I mean, we already know about ChatGPT, the original version that came out from OpenAI, but this is designed to work in tandem with the Microsoft 365 suite, so the whole platform. So from what I've seen of this so far is it can really just dive into all the documents and things that you have on your Microsoft 365 platform, what you have in SharePoint, what you have in your Outlook for email and such, Excel, OneNote, PowerPoint, and just grab tons of information from there. Some of this stuff, like documents you might have forgotten about, you might have forgotten that you had them in SharePoint somewhere. I imagine at some point, if it's not already in there, you're going to be able to find this information just putting in a few keywords and, hey, Copilot, go search for my proposal for XYZ client. And, from 5 years ago, it can find that information for you. So that's just one example of how it leverages the platform. Chris, were there anything else, any other
yeah,
points you want to mention?
so it looks like the way, at least based on their graphic here, the way they're positioning this is that there's a free Copilot, but it's not going to have the Office apps functionality. Copilot Pro, it looks like for, personal and family. And then the Copilot for Microsoft 365 is actually $30, it looks like now, not 20. So the 20 is for the personal and what is it, family plans of Microsoft Office.
Yeah.
And then you got Copilot for 365. And they also state, there's no seat minimum. We mentioned that where you needed to have like 300 users in an enterprise environment. It's including now it's, they're letting the, I don't know
Letting
how
the
to say it.
smaller
Yeah,
businesses, they're letting the
they're letting them
smaller
in.
businesses into the game, which we knew they were going to do. It was just a matter of time before they did that. You'd have to sort out if a client's interested in this. If you're a client listening to this or a prospect, we'd have to sort out whether you fit into the Pro version or the Microsoft 365 version. But either way, they've expanded this out for people, and it's going to be a powerful tool. It taps into the whole Microsoft Graph API. You can do things like, so one of the main concerns I would have as a business owner is, okay, this ChatGPT stuff is great, whether it's Microsoft or some OpenAI or Google, but what are you doing to put barriers? You don't want information leakage out into, to your competitors or to somebody's personal email and things like that. So what they're working on right now, and some of this is already in place with data loss prevention and the Purview module within Microsoft, is you can flag some of these by keyword and flag certain files within the Microsoft 365 system so that you have this data governance and information leakage doesn't happen, okay? You can put these sorts of restrictions on. That's the stuff we're going to be working with for clients, is we're going to help them figure out what information can't leave the Microsoft 365 platform. And if it does leave the Microsoft 365 platform, it's only the right people that have access to that information. Because one of the things that could happen, for example, I'll give you a real world example, an HR document on somebody you hired, right? Well, you only want the HR department to have access to that. You don't want to have, Joe in shipping looking at resumes for these different people that got hired, or offer letters and things like that, right? So it's important that you have governance and you have written policies in place to go along with these DLP restrictions and other restrictions that are already available in Microsoft. So that's just where things are headed, and we're going to help clients get there so that they can feel comfortable about using these AI tools. Chris, anything else?
Yeah, no, maybe just to piggyback on what you mentioned there is like I get with the co-pilots where you create these co-pilots that are more customized. We haven't seen it in action, but I'm assuming that'll be a thing where you'll need to be granular on what kind of who has permission to certain co-pilots, because maybe one co-pilot has all the employee pay information that you don't want everyone to have access.
Yep. Yep. So governance is a real thing. It's becoming, it was a thing before, now it's even more of a thing. And we don't see enough smaller and medium-sized businesses using these tools like they should be. And it's really putting their information at risk. And this, I think, is going to drive more of this compliance that you should have within your organization, even the smallest of organizations. All right, Chris, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks a lot
Yep.
for your help on this.
Yep. Have a good one.
We'll see you.